G'day, welcome to the show. Soul Covers here. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support the channel. Help your guy out. We have 4 bets locked in as of recording, and all 4 of them are ahead of the market. So we've got a very strong card across the NBA and the WNBA. Make sure you tune in to see where my action is, see if these bets are still playable or not. Let's look back quickly. Last 3 bets since we recorded, we go 1 and 2. Looking at the Dream and the Connecticut Sun, we bet the Atlanta Dream minus 8.5. They closed as 11-point favorites, and they lose outright to the worst team in the WNBA in the Connecticut Sun. So that's a bit surprising. We've had some wacky results in the WNBA lately, like the Las Vegas Aces. They were the sharp side where they went from like 9.5-point favorites to 13-point favorites, and they lose outright to the expansion Golden State Valkyries. So some interesting results. We did cash the over on the Sun and the Dream, and then that bet also closed ahead of the market. So that's what we track here. We make sure these bets close ahead of the market. Obviously, we want them to win, but getting these bets to close ahead of the market, that's the first piece of the puzzle for us here at Soul Covers. And we did not cash the Storm and the Mercury under. That bet actually closed slightly behind the market, so hate to see that. So we'll first have a look at game 2 between the Pacers and the Thunder. Remembering in game 1 we cashed the under 230.5. That was a reasonably sweat-free bet that we had there. So here, Pacers and Thunder, game opened at around 9.5. That 9.5 was available for about 10 minutes or so, and then the total opened as, I've got it opening at 229.5. That's not true. It actually opened at around 227.5. So I've got this projected at OKC minus 8.5, and I've got the total projected at 228. We see current odds 11-point spread, 228.5. We have the Thunder coming into this game, coming off a loss as outright home favorites. So where is my action? I'm holding an OKC minus 9.5. Got that down for 3 units. I tweeted that out. That bet did not last long. Probably lasted about 5 minutes after I tweeted it out. So if you were able to tail that, congratulations. We're holding a great ticket. If you didn't, yeah, I'm sorry. And I got this at OKC minus 8.5. So why would I bet Thunder minus 9.5? The main reason was I knew this 9.5 was not going to last, and even just betting it, even if my numbers don't agree, just betting it gives me options to play back on the Pacers. It's just I knew it was gonna move to this 10.5, 11 range. Because we saw game 1 close at 10. We know that game 2 is going to be priced like OKC are going to be even heavier favorites. We know this home favorite loses game 1, game 2 they cover it 55-58%. Like in the playoffs, home favorite loses game 1 and they're still a home favorite. In game 2 it's 58%. If you slice out round 1, it's 55%. So it's just a bet that I'll blindly bet, especially knowing that game 1 closed at 10 and I can get OKC in a desperation spot at 9.5. Say less. At current numbers, I'd say it's either stay away or take the Pacers though. And I might even do that. I've got 3 units on OKC minus 9.5. I may come back in on the Pacers, try and open up that middle. We'll see. This spread did get as high as 11.5, so we've seen a bit of Pacers action enter the market. Now at a consensus 11, there are some 10.5s popping up as well. So at this stage, I would say it's take the Pacers or just sit this one out. I don't think there's any value on taking OKC minus 10.5 or 11. Look at the total. We saw it open, yeah, as low as 227.5. It is now at around 228.5. So a bit of overaction entering the market. I certainly understand that. If we look at game one, they played at a 102.5 pace, which is extremely fast. That's faster than the regular season league average pace for the entire season. So that's to be expected. The reason that game goes under is because both, especially the Thunder, the offensive efficiency just wasn't very good in game one. They forced a lot of turnovers, but they just were not able to capitalize on them. In terms of me looking at this total, I don't have anything here on the total. I think it's very well priced. If you got in on an early over to 27, that's a good ticket. But for now, I would stay away. In terms of what you can do on this game, I'd say it's just paces plus 11 is the only way I would go. All right, let's have a look at the 2 WNBA games that we have on the card.
One pair of pants later.
Okay, so first game on the card is the Connecticut Sun at the Washington Mystics. We have the Connecticut Sun. They are the worst team in the WNBA by net rating. We have the Mystics. They are, what are they? They are 9th out of 13 teams in net rating. So below average team, but certainly a lot better than this Connecticut Sun team. The Mystics are actually number 1 against the spread this season, going 6-3 against the spread. So they've been performing maybe a little bit better than what you would expect against the market. We saw this line open at 5.5 for the Mystics at home. We saw the total open at 160.5. Current numbers, we see that Mystics -7, and you see the total has sank down quite a bit. Whereas my action, I'm holding a Mystics -6, got that for 1 unit, and I'm holding an under 160 for 1 unit. So 2 bets that are well and truly ahead of the market. Love to see that. And yeah, that's where my numbers agree as well. I got this total projected at 155, which is right where it is now, 156. So holding an under 160.5, that's a great ticket. Mystics -7, I'm holding a -6. So the total, I'd say no longer playable. Let's just have a look at let's see what the best available number is for the spread. Is this if there's a 6.5, I'd say go and grab it. There is a 6.5 -115 at BetMGM. I would go play that for the Washington Mystics. You have a Connecticut Sun team. They just won as 11-point underdogs. Bit of a letdown spot here. Do we see them? Yeah, I just don't see them competing in this game. They're just coming off a really good feel-good win. Mabry had the game of her life, scoring 30 points against the Dream. So Mystics -6.5, -115 at BetMGM. I would go play that. As for the total though, that is priced out. Make sure you go follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet these out. The WNBA tweets don't get as much love as the NBA tweets, but
one pair of pants later.
The WNBA results, at the moment, we are around 50%, so losing money on VIG at the moment, but we are tracking how we're closing against the market, and around 70 to 75% of my bets are closing ahead of the market. So the results will turn. We will be up money soon, and I feel really good about these bets that we've placed today in the WNBA. So that is the Mystics -6 and the under 160. Both of those bets well and truly ahead of the market. Mystics -6.5 still playable. Let's have a look at the Minnesota Lynx versus the Dallas Wings. This is so I believe Paige Beckers should be coming back for this game. She's been out in concussion protocol. She's no longer in concussion protocol. Let's have a look to confirm. She is probable, so she should be playing this game. Looking at the market for this one, we've seen this bounce around a little bit. It opened at 9.5. It got as low as 8.5, and now it's at Minnesota -10. We've got this projected at Minnesota -13, so definitely a bit of a mismatch between these two teams. We have the Lynx, who are probably the second best team in the WNBA. We have the Wings, who are one of the bottom 3 worst teams. So another angle is that, like, the Wings are bringing back Paige Beckers. She's an important part of that rotation, and it's gonna alter the rotations. It's gonna take the teams out of rhythm. We certainly know in the NBA, it's always a good look to fade the team bringing back a important player. So I've taken the Minnesota Lynx -9, got that down for 1 unit. Best available number is at BetMGM, I think, or at Bet Rivers. You can get a 9.5 -115. That is the best available number. Yeah, you can get that 9.5 -115. That's not a bad bet to place. Make sure you go follow me at Twitter, Salt Covers. Get these bets as I place them. So, last game on the card, which is not until Tuesday, is the Golden State Valkyries and the LA Sparks. We have the Sparks we have both teams who are coming off the best wins of the season, with the Valkyrie beating the Aces as 13-point underdogs. Then we have the Sparks going into Dallas and scoring a big win there. So 2 teams coming off big wins. See the spread open at 5.5, 161.5. Not much movement here on the spreads or the totals. This game hasn't been priced for that long. I got this projected at Sparks -7.5, so bit of an edge here towards the Sparks. They are the side that I am looking to back. Just waiting on that market information. Not at the stage where I'm just going to be blindly betting what my model says. Like, at the moment, it's like model and market information. If they both agree, then I will go bet that side. But as for now, I do not have any bets on this game, but I am looking towards taking the Sparks in this spot. Let's have a look at our best bets for this episode. Where are they?
1 pair of pants later.
Let's have a look at our best bets, where we've got 4 best bets, and all 4 of them are ahead of the market right now, which is what we love to see. So we got Thunder -9.5, Mystics -6, under 160, and Minnesota Lynx -9. In terms of best numbers available on the board, there is a Mystics -6.5 at Bet Rivers. No, BetMGM Mystics -6.5 is now gone. Sorry, that line's priced out. As for the Lynx, you can pick up a Lynx -9.5 at Bet Rivers. In terms of game 2 between the Pacers and the Thunder, now at 11, I think the only way you can look is taking the Pacers. I may look to place some of my bet back on the Pacers. If you did grab that Thunder -9.5, that's a great ticket. Until next time, hey, 4 bets ahead of the market. What could possibly go wrong? Until next time, let's get the book salty.